Hello, YouTube. Welcome in. Getting the TikTok audience together here. Welcome in, TikTok. Welcome to the party. All right, welcome in, TikTok. You already know it's your girl, LaShonda. Y'all know what it is. It's time to work out. We did arms yesterday. So that means no lifting tonight. Okay. Welcome in. It's me. Hello. It's me. It's your girl, LaShonda. It's your girl, LaShonda. Hold on. And okay, so I am LaShonda. I go live every single day and I walk for 30 minutes. Occasionally I will lift. I am just learning how to lift. And what I have found out is that you don't lift every day, especially not the same part of your body. So since you don't lift the same part of your body, you have to, well, you don't lift the same part of your body day after day. You have to give yourself a break. And so since we lifted last night, we are not going to lift tonight and we're just going to do the 30 minutes of walking. So this live actually shouldn't take too long. It is scheduled for 9 p.m. to 10:30. Okay. I seem to always be having an issue. When I try to cast this to my TV. Y'all know Auntie has to wear readers. Okay, there we go. Now I can see what you guys were saying. Hello, Angela. Hey, Mocha. Hey, Terry. All right. Welcome in. It's me. It's LaShonda. I work out every day at 9 p.m. from 9 p.m. to 10 8:30 p.m., sometimes a little after. However, it'll probably just be till 10 tonight because I'm only doing the 30 minutes of walking. Uh, Welcome in. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a Carolina girl. I have been going live since May 28th, and I will continue to do so. I decided to go live May 28th, and I made a commitment to myself to walk at least 30 minutes every single day. So that's why you're seeing me. Um, it's really more for accountability and documentation for myself. So I'm thankful for to any of you that come in, support by double clicking and sharing the live out. I will occasionally show you some different products that I'm utilizing. I don't currently have any that I'm thinking that I'm going to show you tonight. The things that I would be able to show you are probably sold out, except for these shorts. Maybe I could show you guys that. I am a TikTok shop affiliate, which just means that I get a small commission whenever you guys purchase any items from my TikTok shop lot or from my live streams or actually from my shoppable videos. And I post quite a bit of shoppable videos. My niche on TikTok shop is health, which is part of the reason that you guys are seeing me right now. And these shorts that you see, I had some on last night. They're actually pretty cute. They're pajama shorts, but I love to use them to work out in. And hey, CA, welcome. So happy to see you, CA. So amazing. Welcome in, CA. CA is my girl. Okay, so tonight is just 30 minutes of walking. We did lifting last night. I was looking at the guy. I was telling you guys that there's a guy on TikTok that talks about the different exercises, the lifting exercises that women can do. And he did show me a few, he did show a few more exercises, but um, we're not lifting tonight because we got to get our arms some breaks. So if you guys would like to purchase these shorts, they will be in the shopping cart for the duration of the live stream. They come in all the different colors. If you've been with me for several days, then you've likely seen the red pair. You've probably seen the navy pair that I had on last night. And then I probably had on the gray ones before that. But these are not actually workout. It's not technically workout attire. However, if you're someone who works out in your home, it could absolutely be. They're very breathable, very thin. So I think if you were a runner, you could run in them as well. So I'll have them in my shopping cart for the duration of this live stream so you guys can get that. Let me go grab my walking pad so that I can get this 30 minutes of walking in. So I'm learning so much about lifting weights while I'm doing this. And from what I understand, if you are consistent enough with lifting weights, actually lifting weights can probably help you faster than a lot of cardio, than excess cardio. That's what I'm hearing. And the mindset or the train of thought or belief is that muscle burns more calories. And so when you are lifting, you are strengthening your body and that's strengthening your muscles. And so that's what I've heard. If you guys have heard the same thing, y'all have to let me know. So if there are any people in the room right now that are not experts, but at least you've been lifting before, have you heard that you burn more calories when when you lift? Because I'm going to tell you guys, I keep watching and rewatching the podcast with Dr. Stacy Sims. She was on two podcasts. She was on the Mel Robbins podcast. If you guys know who Mel Robbins is, she's like one of these self-help gurus. And also another podcast this lady was on was Diary of a CEO. The gentleman who does that podcast, his name is Steven. He's like a South African, I think. And so Dr. Stacy Sims was on both of those podcasts, and she said that women who are in perimenopause should lift weights and lift heavy weights a couple times a week. And so, what I'm understanding about lifting weights is that you have to take whatever part of the body that you lift with, you have to take that off the next day. So, like, that's why there's a thing called leg day and arm day. So like yesterday was arm day. So today would technically be leg day, but I don't have any sort of equipment that I could lift my leg. Well, I do, but I'm not taking it out. I have a total gym, which I'm going to have to figure out how to easily use it because I've got it in storage. It's not completely packed away. So it's actually not too hard to get to. That was me putting it where I put it in my storage, which is right off this patio, was by design. All right, you guys, I need for everybody in here. There's 3 people in here. I know CA is one of them. I need the other 2 people to drop what state you're watching from. It's just my thing. I just like to know what state you're watching from, and also if you're watching on my other platforms, if you are not in the USA, please drop what country you are watching from. I get a lot of people overseas on my other platforms. So please just drop. I'm trying to get some engagement here. And also, it's free to double tap the middle of the screen with your thumb or your middle finger. Okay. I would love to get to 10,000 likes again tonight. All right. So, the purpose of these lives, and I am going live every day from July 1st to July 30th. And the purpose of these lives are to document my journey. I am in the process of transforming my body. You guys can bear witness to that. I'm actually feeling a little change happening. I'm seeing changes in my body, but I don't know if it's just me having a positive outlook or if it's really actually changing. Because I started out this journey May 28th, and I went live for 30 days straight on my platforms. And what I was looking to get was get back in the habit of working out. I am no stranger to working out. I'm actually a former athlete. I tell you guys this all the time. I played volleyball, basketball, softball. I was in the marching band and concert band, but marching band, and I was a cheerleader for a couple seasons, one of which I was the captain of the cheerleading squad. Thank you so much, Mary Eats, for liking the live. And when I say I'm a former athlete, not just somebody who sat on the bench, I was all region for volleyball and softball. I had a pretty good shot in basketball, but my 2 top sports were volleyball and softball. We went to the lower state championship in volleyball and multiple conference championships in volleyball and softball, actually. So my mom has tons of trophies in her home with yours truly. Now, of course, they would have my maiden name because my married name is Stevens, but it would have my maiden name on them. And yeah, and I've been a little league coach for a couple of years, and I coach my daughter's volleyball team. So not a stranger to working out. However, like D'Angelo DeBerry says, some things got out of hand. Okay. Some things got out of hand. So my purpose for all of the lives is actually to get back in hand. I had a C-section with my daughter almost 17 years ago, and unknowingly, I had endometriosis, and I've been suffering with that actually probably for the past 10 or 15 years. I just recently got diagnosed like maybe 2 years ago with endometriosis. I have adenomyosis and PCOS. So, and then I will be 47 on Saturday. So I am in perimenopause as well. And as I was saying earlier, Dr. Stacy Sims said that women who are in perimenopause should lift weights more than cardio, and the weights that we should lift are actually need to be heavy. So y'all know I have this 20-pound dumbbell, and I actually just realized that I can take the weights on and off because I almost had an accident yesterday when I was lifting, and it almost fell on my foot, and I realized that how to tighten it up. I'm a novice to managing weights and things like that. I'm just generally someone who goes into a gym, pick the weights up, put them down. You know, I don't really manage how to I'm not accustomed to having a home gym. But with this walking pad, with my total gym that's in the closet, maybe one day I'll go live and try to figure out how to put it together. I'll have to do that in the middle of the day though, because I'm not trying to get out in the storage this time of night. But now, essentially, I have enough things in here to have a home gym. I have some resistance bands. I have this total gym, and then I have this walking pad. So I think that's enough and the dumbbell. So I have enough for my own little home gym. So when we get our house, I'll be super ready to go. So I did the 30 days of walking 30 minutes. Statistics show that people who walk at least 30 minutes every single day improve their cardiovascular health and their mental health. And I have to say, it's been doing wonders for me, y'all. So hold on a minute. I need to adjust my shot on my other platform here so people can see. And hopefully I don't mess you guys up. Okay. I might have to back it up a little bit. I see somebody checking out the shopping cart. Definitely check it out. These shorts that I have on right now are in the shopping cart. Unfortunately, that's all that I have in the shopping cart right now because, oh no, I got my head chopped off. I don't know if my Sweet Sweat trimmers are dried yet. I got them in my laundry room. We're 5 minutes into this walk. Now, if you're just joining, my name is LaShonda. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I go live every single day and exercise. Why am I exercising at 9 p.m. at night? Because I have discovered that working out at this time of night actually helps me sleep. Next month, I'm going to try to do 2-a-days where I'll go live and maybe do my lifting exercises. And then I'll come back to you in the evening and do this 30 minutes of walking. My goal is to gradually build up my exercise routine. Now, statistics show that people who walk at least 30 minutes a day improve their cardiovascular health and mental health. That's kind of like the minimum amount of exercise that you should be doing. So, at least if I get my 30 minutes of walking in, I know that I have done something, very much something. However, thank you, Coco, for the follow. CA, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So yeah, I wanna be able to lift the weights and maybe improve the walking, like maybe go a little bit longer. I used to go live last year from January to like maybe March or April, and I would go live and walk on my walking pad for an hour. It's the same walking pad. I would put it in my shopping cart, but y'all, it's been sold out for a couple of weeks now. They actually lowered the price to under $100, and they have not restocked as far as I know. Now, I'll probably have to check it to see if it has gotten back into stock. Let me check it now, y'all. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. If you're new here, my name is LaShonda. Welcome. We're doing some walking. I'm hoping to motivate some people to walk at least 30 minutes. Now, this walking pad actually only goes up to 5.0. Yeah, it's still out of stock, y'all. Still out of stock. So I can't add it to my shopping cart. So we're in front of the blue velvet curtains, and we're just walking for 30 minutes. Now, when I say that 30 minutes of walking is the minimum amount of walking that you should do, all of the exercise gurus and experts and trainers will tell you that that's the minimum. You can do as much as you want, and actually walking is probably the best exercise you can do because it's so low impact. It's low impact on your joints, your knees, your ankles, your feet. And that's really great for people who suffer from arthritis and other bone diseases. But if you can get up and walk, then you're actually doing pretty good. I myself lost about 50 pounds maybe 12 years ago when my household only had one car and my husband was working in another city. And so he had to use the car, and I had to take two buses and a train to get to work. And in between the two buses and the train, I had to walk to get to each stop. And and I did that twice a day for a period of 6 to 9 months. And unbeknownst to me, I ended up dropping like 50 pounds in a matter of 6 to 9 months, which is tremendous because I didn't even realize it until my friends at work were like, they kept asking me why I was wearing all these big old clothes to work. And I didn't think that they were big clothes. I was like, well, this is what I have. These are the only things that could fit. And when I realized the normal clothes that were used to fit really tight on me or that used to fit right up on me, those clothes started to become too big. It was because I was losing weight and I didn't even know it. So I have in my history proven fact that walking works. So if you have anybody in your life to tell you walking don't work, that's so not true. Walking works. And so when you see all of these people out here, older folks out walking, they're doing their body good. Primarily, I do this for myself because I want to be like those people in those blue zones. Have you guys ever heard of the blue zones? If you have not heard of the blue zones, you should watch this documentary on Netflix called Live to 100. Live to 100. You could probably go on YouTube and see clips from it. But there's a guy on there who studied 5 places in the world where there were clusters of people who lived to be centenarians. Centenarians are people who live to 100 years old or beyond 100. So 105, 120. And you wouldn't believe the places that they discovered. And I'm not talking about one or two people. And I say this all the time. I personally know somebody who lived to 100. My classmate's grandmother lived to 102. My own grandmother, my dad's grandmama, so my great grandmother lived to 96. My mother's mother lived to 83. My mama is 65 and she's still working. Okay. My oldest uncle is 72 or something. And then I got an auntie that just turned 69. Like, people in my family live a long time, especially the women. So I have good genetics, right? But good genetics don't always dictate life expectancy or longevity, especially if you're not doing all the right things. Y'all double tap the middle of the screen. Thank you, CA, for doing so much. You got me over 1,000 likes. I'd love to get 10,000 likes tonight, you guys. So the blue zones, back to the blue zones. I want to live like those people in the blue zones. The people in the blue zones, the through line for all 5 locations are that those people walk. They do a lot of walking. Okay? They do a lot of walking. Okay, let me tell you the locations. There's 5 locations of blue zones, and you can Google this. This is not made up. And again, you can go watch the documentary on Netflix. It's called Live to 100. The 5 locations for the blue zones. First one is Okinawa, Japan. Okay. The second one, hey Alana. The second one is Sardinia, Italy. Okay. The people in Okinawa, Japan, it's like they're on a island. The people in Sardinia, Italy, they're like in the mountains. Y'all know how Italy looks. The terrain of Italy, they're like in the mountains on a cliff. And then the next location is Icaria, or it's either Icaria or Icaria, Greece. Okay, not far from Turkey, but it's technically Greece. They're on an island. And then there's another. Thank you, Alana, for liking the live. There's the 4th location is Nicola Peninsula, Costa Rica. And then the 5th location for the blue zones is in America, but it's in Loma Linda, California, in the United States of America. So there's only one blue zone in America. And the through line for all of those locations is that they do a lot of exercise. They walk everywhere. They walk to the restaurants. They walk to the grocery store. They walk to their friends and family members' houses. They walk to church. They walk to their neighbors' homes. They have active social lives. Okay? So it's one thing to be alive, like to be technically alive, but it's another thing to be 100 years old, be able to walk around, to be able to move around and not be incapacitated or in a vegetative state. It's another thing to be aware of your surroundings, know who you are, know what's going on in the world, and have an active social life. Know who your family members are, right? Have you guys heard of the blue zones? Has anybody heard of the blue zones? Other than me talking about it, had you guys heard of the blue zones? Y'all drop it in the chat. There are 6 of you in my chat right now. Let me know if you've ever heard of the blue zones. CA says no. You had never heard of the blue zones? Okay, so I would take it you had never seen the documentary on Netflix, CA? Had anybody else heard of the blue zones? For the other people that are in here? Alana, had you heard of the blue zones? No, Alana hadn't heard of it either. Yeah. So there's a documentary on Netflix called Live to 100. And it's a scientist who's going around trying to figure out how to live to 100. How are these people in certain parts of the world living to 100 and beyond? And it's not just like one or two people. These are cities of people who have a, you know, history of living to 100 years old or after. The 5 locations: Okinawa, Japan; Sardinia, Italy; Icaria, Greece; Nicola Peninsula, Costa Rica; and Loma Linda, California. I was excited to hear that there was at least one place in the United States. But watch that documentary on Netflix. If you guys have a Netflix account, definitely watch that account, because watch that documentary, because it's pretty informative. So if you do nothing else, make sure you get out and walk. I have been, sort of living a sedentary lifestyle, and I said enough of that. And I'm taking a 3-pronged approach to my health. Honestly, let me tell you guys about that. So where are we? I'll tell you guys how many minutes we've done so far. Thank you for liking the live, CA. Thank you for liking the live, Alana. Let's see where we are. We're 16 minutes into this, so we're over halfway. I walked for 30 minutes. Alana, are you still walking for 30 minutes? Or how long are you walking? Thank you, Alana, for the rose. You just lit up my gift gallery. Thank you so much. So Alana and I are going to get together at some point and do a co-hosting live. She generally walks around the same time, so she might be on. And make sure you guys go follow her. CA, you should follow her. Alana, you should follow CA. CA, you're still recovering, right? Wasn't that you that told me you had got hurt? Oh, you're walking now. Okay, okay. Good deal, good deal. Okay, hold on a minute. I see somebody request. Alana, is that you requesting to be in the live? I see a request. Let me see. CA, I'm gonna get you on here too. Let's see. Okay, I added you, Alana. Can you hear? Okay, hold on. Let me turn it up. I got it casted to my TV. Not tonight. Well, just let me know, CA, what night you wanna um what night you wanna come up. If there's anybody else that wants to come up, let me know too. You're walking right now? Hey. Yeah. I see you in your living room. I'm in my bedroom. I'm about to go out of town on Friday, so I was packing. Okay. And then I was gonna start my walk, but I saw you, so I said, let me get this walk on right now. Good deal. Yeah. But I actually asked you, I want to get on and tell you, I met this lady last summer, and she was thinner, looked real healthy in the face. Her hair was healthy, and she just looked good. So I just asked her, she came in my brother's beauty supply store to get some, I think she was getting ready because she was going on vacation. So I just said, you mind if I ask, how old are you? And she said, people ask me my age all the time. She said, I'm going to say, you take a guess, sir. I said, okay. And I don't remember what I guessed, but that lady is 85 years old. 85? Quite attentive. And I'm telling you, she probably looked 50, 60, I don't know, but I just knew she looked amazing to me. And I just wanted to know, like, Yeah.
And so she said, walk. She told me, she said, young lady, whatever you do, walk.
Uh-huh.
And I ended up telling her some of my story about, cancer. And at that time, my heart wasn't good. And, I hadn't had the procedure or anything. And so I was telling her all those things, but she said, whatever you do, walk. She said, and don't stop.
Uh-huh.
She said, I walk all the time. So
And looks good.
that's a
She
really good thing.
85-year-old looking 55.
I promise you. I promise you. And I want to say that you walk in, we walk in, have encouraged a lot of TikTok people to walk. When I tell you I ain't never seen so many boards on people's pages now, I'm like, look at these people out here getting encouraged to walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy.
And that's why I like this time of the night as well, because yes, there are a lot of people. If you ever scroll on TikTok like in the morning, like the early morning hours, or even like maybe just a regular 8, 9 o'clock, you'll see a lot of people on like walking or running or doing exercise, and that's great. But there's a lot of people who can't work out at that time. There's some people who can only work out after work. So they're working out like maybe 5, 6, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
But for me, this time works out perfectly because it's kind of like my dwindle down time. It's the time to like wind it down for sleep. So I can get in the shower or in the tub and then get into bed and I'm knocked out.
Right, right. And I'm finding that too. Now I have to study your true confessions. I went out of town over the weekend for the fourth, and we went to friends family reunion.
Hold on a minute. Flavia Benjamin, thank you so much for sharing the live out. Y'all continue to share the live out. Share it to at least 5 people. There's somebody that's needing some motivation to walk, whatever time it is. So please share the live out.
Yeah.
Keep continuing to double tap the middle of the screen. We at 4.5K. We're trying to get to 10K. But go ahead, because so you met somebody. So this weekend you were out of town.
Yes, yes. We go to Mississippi, pick up his mom, and we drive to Cincinnati. Did the reunion, go back to Mississippi, and then come home. Come back to Minnesota. And so I cheated so bad. It was horrible. Let me tell you something. I feel bad. Oh my God, it was bad. All bad. It's all bad. I can't say what nothing good about it. So when I got back last night, I did 20 minutes. I worked out for 20 minutes, and I said I'm gonna come back on my regular time, and I'll work out some more. So I'm gonna pause this right quick, jump out because I told my little live audience I'd come on
Okay.
about this time. So, but before I get off, I will tap on your screen real quick.
Thank you so much, Alana. I appreciate it. And when I'm done here, I'll come over and show you some love as well. Thank you so much for joining my live.
And then when I'm leaving on Friday, and I'll be back Monday or Monday. Then let's figure out a time for us to, like sit in and walk 30 together.
Okay. That'll work for me. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All right, perfect. All right, y'all have a good night over here. Y'all double tap on screen, but I'm about.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, now I'm gonna see how to get out of here. So you know how to. Oh, I think I did it.
Yep, you did it. Hello, Nova. CA, thank you so much for double tapping. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's see where we at now, y'all. So we're over 5,000 likes and 24 minutes. So we got less than 6 minutes left, y'all. Continue to like the live. Oh, I didn't even play any music. Remember I was playing music last night? Oh my gosh. If I do play music, I'm going to have to mute my other live because that other platform don't like copyrighted materials. Let me mute them. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to mute you because I'm going to play some music.